All right, we're still finagling with these rocket stoves. This is the first time I've ever lit the little J that I got, stainless steel J, 3-inch pipe. And all I had was, I didn't have anything with holes in it for a divider. Let me see, where am I here? Right here. This divider in there. The other one that I was able to do was an old rack out of a barbecue, so it has holes through it, so it lets the air through, I think, more. But this thing is doing fine. This is a really cool one, maybe for a bug out bag or just as a, camping. And you can see, let me see if I can go around here. It's got a little bit of ash coming out, but I just pushed those in there. But let's see if we can get in there. It was going better earlier. I only have 2 little pieces of wood in there, but actually I'm getting a little bit more smoke on it right now. Normally there hasn't been this much smoke. But yes, what the good thing is it is actually working with the small end to feed the fuel in the top. I wanted that to be up higher, especially this side has that rim on it, where that side it's been cut off. So these will work fine. I'm going to try out the big one with the short side for loading the fuel and see how that one does. All right, well, we're back working with the rocket stoves. This is the big 6-inch, and I'm trying it on adding the fuel on the small end, and it's doing great, man. This grill is too thin. I need to figure out something that's thicker to where it'll let the air flow. I put a pot up there with some water and boiled it, but this is pretty shifty makeshift here, so I didn't want to do too much, but I did get to boil some water and pour it on some weeds. So I'll have to figure this out. I was thinking about, when you have the old stoves and they have the round grate, that might fit on there just perfect if I could find one. So now my next step is, now that I know that this all works, is to figure out where I'm going to cut the hole in this. So that I can lower that thing down in there and then feed the fuel. Like I said, I'm gonna wrap this thing with copper piping and then put it in here, figure out how to finish off the top, cut a hole in there, and then fill it with sand. Now, this could take me till next spring, so don't think this is going to be done tomorrow. See ya. Keep experimenting. That's how you learn. Not always just reading a book is good, but actually getting out there and doing it is the best, with a little education, of course. All right, we're back here at this easy put together rocket stove, and I've done my tests both sides, and it seems like it almost works better filling the fuel on the short side. The only thing is you can't get much fuel in there that way. So I have an idea. What I'm going to do is I just took this old trusty old tool. Look at that thing, man, solid as the day it was made, and I started to try to bend this, with this, and it was like the gong heard around the world. So what I did is I just filled it up with some wood chips and put it on its side and gave it a couple of good whacks. I tried to mark it where I wanted it the best I could. And why I'm doing this is because both these ends have these flared ends. So, and with that thing being round, I almost got that thing like almost perfect. So I'm going to cut a hole in there so I can load the fuel in there. And then this here, I don't know if you can see, but I tried to mark these because I was actually going to try to bend these flares in. But this thing is, pretty close. I don't think I need to even try to bend those. Those seem to be harder to bend than the keg. So I think I'm on my way. I like this is a little bit high, but it'll be all right. And then when I fill it with the sand, since it has these openings to hold to grab it. I don't know what happened right there. I was talking and the phone shut off. All right, so anyways, that's pretty lined up, so I think it's going to be good. And what I was saying is with this flare, I would have liked that a little bit farther down, but maybe not. Then I was thinking about it, I won't be able to put sand up all the way because of the holes. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Maybe just, I guess just put the sand up to this, where they cut it, to this level. And then I could always maybe put like a couple of fire bricks up here in the front to make the distance, because I think it would be nice. Actually, I wanted this thing to be kind of centered. I'm like, that's just how my brain works. Oh, in the middle. But we don't always have to follow straight lines and in the middle. As I thought about it, it'd be nice to have, like if I have a big old pot on there, it'd be nice to have an area to pull it off, slide it off. So I mean, that's not quite the middle, but I mean, there's a lot where if I've got something burning, I can pull it back a little bit, especially if I'm thinking if I put a couple of those fire bricks there as a platform, try to level it. I don't know. So far, this thing is easier than opening Chinese packaging. Today's video is dedicated to my friend that gave me some Johnny Walker double black label. Yeah. You know who you are. All right, I'm a little bit concerned about when I fill this thing with sand, it's just gonna pour right out there. So I was looking into maybe possibly refractory cement, which is expensive. Which I could do that, but I'm gonna try to keep this expense down. So I was thinking about, what about clay? What if I just got some clay and packed it in around there and then poured the sand in? I was thinking as this thing gets hot, it might cure that clay and actually make it to where it seals up. I don't know. Once it'll probably shrink too, so it could, once it shrinks, still allow the sand to seep through. So it'll probably be something I'll have to just try to do. Worst case scenario, this is all going to be able to be taken apart. I thought about maybe even getting like a two-wheeler dolly that I can haul it around. You know, maybe if I have to take it too far, maybe take the sand out. But it's kind of nice to have this to where I can move it, you know, or just load it on a trailer with a little ramp. But I'm thinking that clay might help. All right, I'm excited about this.